It's Barry. It's Barry. Barry's not talking.
Yo ho ho.
There you are. And here comes Yellow Dog. There's Yellow Dog. And here comes Art. And there's Art.
Leroy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, this computer should be a decent computer, but I have just not been happy with it ever since I bought it.
Well, my $350 quad i7 is I'm fine. No problemo. Doesn't slow me down ever.
Yeah.
I'm still running iSpy in the background, and it doesn't slow down. I'm running it now, so it's better.
This.
Right. You said you had 6 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
You probably don't have matching chips.
I didn't even think about that. This is very similar to what I've got. It's not the same model though. I didn't even think about the RAM not matching. That makes sense though. I did
add RAM to it.
I think it's maxed out on RAM, but I'm not sure. Pretty sure it uses laptop memory, which is probably expensive right now.
Actually, it's down quite a bit, but the 6 is a very odd number for anything that's post 7th or 1st gen i7 stuff.
Yeah. Well, this is an i5. So.
Well, so the 1st gen of that stuff was tri-chipped, so there would be 3 chips, so you could do 6 gigs. You'd have 3 chips to 2.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that, they went back to 2 or paired chips or whatever. So to have 6, you probably have a 4 and a 2.
Right.
So they're running at half speed.
I didn't even think about that. This basically being a laptop in a desktop case, I bet it's only got a couple of slots, and I bet they're odd matched.
Yeah, you probably have a 4 and a 2.
Yeah. And
that's costing you. It makes them running serial or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not even sure how to get the bezel off of this one now. The screen goes right up to the edge of the bezel. I'm not even sure if I want to try to mess with it. My other big complaint about this one was all of the USB ports and the SD card port are on the back of the machine, which basically means you have to reach your arm around to the back side of the monitor and not be able to see anything to plug stuff in. So,
I use the Braille technique, okay?
HP is brilliant.
Yeah, I am not at all happy with this HP. My the 2 Dells that I've got, I love those. I mean, the i3 that I've got runs circles around this thing, and it's old. It's old.
You get the solid state drives in it?
This one has a solid state drive, supposedly.
Usually that makes them much faster.
Yeah. Was one reason why I went with this one.
I'm gonna
Was
borrow Vicente's car.
It's Leroy's car.
oh yes. Yes. Gotta have it.
I want
But
one.
we're looking at your garage, Vicente?
Yeah,
He's secret Batman. Don't tell anyone.
it's under the house, several feet
Under the house.
Yeah, in a cave. But it's a secret, so I can't talk about that.
Vicente has all the best toys.
Someday I want a nice toy.
So what's going on with Midpoint?
They said to talk to them in the fall.
Those
You said
slackers.
to talk to them in the fall?
Yep.
They are not opened yet.
Norwood reopened.
They'll talk to you on the phone.
Mhm.
But when I talked to them about the meeting rooms, they referred me to check back in the fall.
Well, that's interesting. I know that Steve is having the Linux user group live Saturday in the what is that? The Norwood Library?
Yep.
In the basement.
Yep.
Yep. I assume it's in the basement.
Yeah.
It's in the library someplace, and that's the only place they have meeting rooms.
Maybe they are back.
That's what they told him. But the library's using it for a meeting in the morning, so it's 12:30 to 2 instead of 10 to noon.
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really look at what the library wants to do. Sounds like they're really don't really want people in there right now.
Yep, don't know. I sent a note to Martha, our gal we dealt with way back when. I hadn't heard from her. I did call them. So.
Oh.
Well, they may be concerned about this Delta variant that's coming up now, so who knows? They probably don't want the liability of having meetings in there.
Yeah, when school starts, that should regularly, that should intimidate the hell out of them.
Yeah. Even absent COVID, that probably intimidates them.
Yeah. They let those guys in there. They should let us in. I mean, we're a better group, loosely talking here than him. Than some of the high schoolers I've seen in there.
Yeah, well, they always have that cop in there walking around, or sometimes there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
I figure that somebody's just got easy duty there. That's the premier duty. They just get to walk around the library and don't have to go out and shoot bad guys and so forth and so on.
And get paid to do it.
But just think of this: if you were working there, would you want these crowd of rapscallions coming through? No.
Well, you're probably less likely than to get shot there than you are out in some some of the neighborhoods, but these days it's apparently easy to get shot almost any place.
Maybe we can meet at Froggy Blues, huh, Leroy?
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Where's that?
That's a beer joint up off 63. They have
Robin.
maybe we can substitute for Elvis Presley night. We could meet there, Elvis Presley night. They had a pretty good Elvis impersonator there for a while. Worked up at Dad's Cafe.
Let's see. Looks like maybe Franklin Library is open.
Library's open, but the meeting rooms, are they opening up the meeting rooms?
I don't.
That's a question.
I don't see anything that actually says that.
So Midpoint is open so you can go in there and check out books and sit down and read and so forth and so on, or it's just open for pickup and drop off?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing. I think you can go in there and sit and read your book and everything, but I don't. Yeah, maybe Franklin doesn't even have a meeting room. I'm not even sure. It doesn't say anything about meeting rooms on their website. Maybe I venture in there one day this week and see what their deal is. Oh, they close early. They're closing early. 6 p.m.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe they're not completely open.
A lot of those are usually like staff issues. I know our libraries reduce their hours down to where they just do 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a one shift.
Yeah. Well, that's happening with restaurants right now. Restaurants can't keep staff, so they're closing early.
The 24/7 White Castles over on this side of town is only open from 10 to 6.
Our White Castle in Middletown, it's open till 7, and here in Franklin, it's open till 9. And
Well,
both of those used to be 24 hours.
I was going to say the ones in Columbus I know were always 24 hours, because if you were out late and couldn't get food anyplace else, you could always get it at the White Castle.
Always get White Castle.
So, assuming you survived the White Castle, you were in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah. The one in Middletown closes at 7 now, and the one here in Franklin closes at 9. And I'm not real sure, I'm guessing it's staffing related, because they both used to be open a lot later.
Were they open inside 24/7 or just the drive-through?
Just a drive-through around here. I think they
The ones
closed.
in Columbus, as I recall, were open until about 2 inside, but then they would close the inside,
Right.
and the drive-through would be open 24/7.
We went, yeah. I think ours closed the inside about 11, and then the rest of it was open 24 hours. But We went to Waffle House the other day, and there was one cook and one waitress, and the place was completely full. And she was having a hard time keeping up with everything.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. And she we walked in, she said, I'm way behind. It's probably going to be a half hour before I can get to you. We were like, okay. So, and I'm guessing that was just pure staffing related. Can't get help.
Well, I would think Waffle House would be fairly automated in the kitchen. I mean, how many ways are there to make a waffle? You pour the stuff in, slam the lid down, count whatever, and pop it up, and you're done. Like,
well, yeah, but then you got covered and smothered and slathered, and
well, that's true.
I don't
haven't
know.
been in one of those Ohio Waffle Houses.
I see.
Do they do anything besides waffles, or is it strictly waffles?
No, it's a full restaurant. You can get hamburgers, cheeseburgers, bacon.
Oh, wow, okay.
They make steak. There's a couple of them have steaks. It's a full restaurant.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll have to try that the next time I'm out there. There's a new one over on 28.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they actually make decent food. It's a tad on the expensive side, if you ask me, but it's decent, and you get a fair amount for what you pay. So
I'll tell you the one that's really gone downhill, at least in the Milford area, and that's the IHOP. The IHOP there is awful, and I think the last 3 times we were in there, the waitress that we had was completely stoned. I mean, she could barely find her pencil and pad.
right.
I thought, looks to me like they got a little problem back in the kitchen.
Yeah, I haven't been to an IHOP in probably 7 years.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. I used to really like IHOP, but the last time I went, the food was not all that great, and it was cold. And I mean, how do you make cold pancakes? I have no idea.
Well, you put them in the freezer after you take them off the grill.
You are talking about the IHOP close to Lois.
Close to what?
The Lois. Close to the store.
Yeah, it's right at the corner where you turn into Lowe's there. Okay. Yeah.
And how is it? Is fine or bad? Your experience? How was?
The last few times we were there, and the last time we were in Ohio, which was for 7.5 months, we didn't go there once.
Okay.
But the previous time, it was next to awful.
Okay, you guys are way, way, way out of there. Okay, let me bring you into reality here. Okay. Let's step in here and step in a little bit, and we'll tell you.
Okay.
The place to eat for breakfast is the cracked egg.
Where?
It's next to Longhorn Steak and Voice of America Plaza.
Okay.
Next to Panera, you got Panera, Longhorn Steak, and then cracked egg.
This is new, or?
That's relatively new. Yeah, it's been open maybe 6 months. Here's a clue, couple of clues. I haven't been there. And the next clue is don't forget your pocketbook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is that a chain?
It is, but I think it's a local chain. I know there's one in Dayton, but we drive by there. I go to Panera because I'm on subscription for their tea, you know, and it's basically free for 6 months. You know,
What's the name? Another broken egg?
Another broken egg. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's a good place.
Okay.
They have multiple people tell me. Kenny's been there. He can tell you.
I remember being in the Longhorn next to it, but this is new. I don't remember.
Used to be Ruby Tuesdays.
Yes, exactly.
I think all the Ruby Tuesdays are dead, aren't they?
Well, this one is. It's now another cracked egg.
You know, we had one down here off of 50 on, I guess it's Chambers Drive in Milford here. And they closed up before we got there last September. And there's just a big for lease sign on the front of the building, and it doesn't look like they're planning to open up again. So they were always a little on the pricey side, I thought, for what they offered.
We lost our Steak and Shake in Middletown.
Yeah,
that was painful.
The one on 28 in I don't know if that's Milford or wherever, is gone. Well, it's still physically there, but it's got signs on the building saying that, you know,
yeah,
if it's for lease. Okay.
Yeah.
We lost a few places here in California while we were gone to Ohio. There used to be a really great sub place, and they're not in Ohio, but it's called, it was called Togo's. Actually, it was a play on To Go.
Yeah.
In other words, To Go. They made the most delicious subs at any place I've ever eaten them. And they didn't make the cut this time, boy. They just...
I like Jersey Mike subs.
We have Potbellies.
Yep, Potbellies is pretty good.
Yeah.
There's another place that we discovered in Broken Egg Cafe.
Yep.
Longhorn.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where that is. Okay.
Voice of America Plaza, right?
Might have to give up one of your kids to go there, Leroy. Just be aware.
Oh.
This is the Voice of America Park, right?
Yeah.
Area. And here is the 75.
And there's an IHOP.
Is that 75 there or
Yep.
what?
Yep.
Yes. We can go to the Leroy's place going up by the 75.
How far up 75 is that? South of Dayton?
You're talking about where Leroy is now? He's south of Dayton, yeah.
I'm south of Dayton. I'm trying to think of just how far that is.
I'm probably a few miles north of Middletown.
Yeah. I mean,
when do we get to raid Ray's?
Do what?
So when do we get to raid Ray's shop?
Whenever. Ray's out of town right now. You want to raid his shop?
Sure, let's go.
Let's go.
Where's he out of town to this time?
He called me from Seattle. Yesterday, day before.
I assume he didn't drive there.
I would assume that he did not drive.
Franklin.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
And you were here.
Yes. Absolutely.
Somewhere here.
You are looking right at my old house. Right at the corner of Brookside and Chestnut. Yep. That is the old house.
Okay. And the new one is?
The new one is off of 2nd Street,
No.
which would be 73. It's right, you see where it says Emerald Edge Apartment?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the new one.
Where?
Up right there. Go back.
Yeah. To your right a little bit and up. There you go.
Yeah.
That's Windermere.
No.
That's Windermere.
No.
Go back
You
out.
go north.
Emerald Edge. It's over on the right-hand side of your screen.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's on the left-hand side. Now it's in the middle. Stop. Now it's on the right again. Okay. It's nearing the center of the screen.
Yeah, there it is.
You're close. Emerald Edge. You were close. Go back to your right. Go to your right.
Yeah.
Like right.
Your other right. There you go.
Yeah.
Nope. That's your left now.
Wrong way. There we go.
There you go.
Right smack in the middle there.
Yeah. Now we are in the first building. This is the entrance. Oh, you can't see me pointing.
No. Use your screen.
So the entrance that comes off 2nd Street there?
The entrance comes off of 2nd Street, and we are in the first building on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay. This is the entrance?
Yep. And well, looking at the picture, we would be on the left-hand side. As you come in, it's actually on the right-hand side.
Okay.
We're in this. You still can't see me pointing. We're in that building right there.
So you're closest to the swimming pool.
We are four doors down from the swimming pool. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be very surprised if my car was sitting there.
yeah, there it is.
You're actually pretty much on top of my house right now. I mean,
so the weather station is off in that grassy area to the left?
Yep. If you go to this grassy area in between the two buildings where it kind of V's a little bit.
Yep.
Zoom in right there. You should be able to see both of those.
Well, you
I can see the shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the shadow of it right there.
So that's where the weather station is.
Okay.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
That's actually kind of scary. You could almost see inside somebody's window.
So are those privately owned, or are they from the apartment complex, or what?
The weather station, I've asked a couple of people who owns them or how they got there, because I was thinking, well, maybe I could throw an antenna up, but nobody seems to acknowledge the fact that there is even a weather station there. At least nobody in management knows that there's a weather station there. So,
well, you don't want to clue them in; they might take them down.
well, I'm not saying a whole lot. So. But yes, I've inquired discreetly as possible, but nobody seems to really know. In fact, the one guy who showed us the apartment, when I mentioned it, he said, I didn't even know we had a weather station. Okay.
Okay, stop sharing.
So
Cool.
We make a trip from the Broken Egg to your house.
yeah.
I love this Google Maps thing.
The Broken Egg. So are they kind of like a Cracker Barrel kind of place, or what are they like?
They're upscale from a Cracker Barrel,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
But are they primarily a breakfast place, or are they do 3 meals a day or whatever?
Well,
I don't know.
their menu reads very breakfast heavy, but then it's got crawfish and salmon and lobster and crab cakes.
No, those aren't generally breakfasts.
I would say that is not normal breakfast, but it does read
Or
very breakfast heavy.
What are their hours?
I didn't see an hour. You've got it does look like they've got turkey sandwiches and regular classic kind of sandwiches, but their menu is essentially reads a very, very heavy, very heavy breakfast. Let's see if we can find out hours.
I'm getting hungry.
Looks like they peak around 10 o'clock and they drop off afternoon, and they're not open. Looks like after about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, nobody's shows up there.
Yep. In fact, the hours look like it's 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
So it's breakfast, lunch, and that's it.
It looks like it's breakfast and lunch.
Brunch.
So you don't know if that though is the regular hours or is that the current hours because they can't get personnel.
Well, I guess that would be a true enough statement.
They show closed right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The one in Miamisburg says 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the one in Westchester says 7 a.m. to 2. So that might be their regular hours. There's a place, Pancake House is like that. They sell lunch items and pancakes, and they're open until like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So.
Well, dinner is normally a whole different protocol and menu and so forth and so on. So
yeah.
if you're going to do that, you got to kind of retool things between lunch and dinner.
Well,
okay. Another Broken Egg Cafe, Southern inspired breakfast, brunch, and lunch. That's what they advertise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shrimp and grits. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It looked like it was heavily breakfast though.
Yeah. You say shrimp and grits?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that definitely is worth a trip to.
Hash brown Benedict, eggs Benedict. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, their menu definitely looks heavy breakfast inspired. With some oddballs for us oddballs that don't eat breakfast.
Huevos rancheros.
Yeah. So do they have any other Hispanic dishes, or is huevos the only one?
Let's see. That's a traditional classic, is a huevos. They've got Mardi Gras omelet, eggs Benedict, hash brown Benedict, shrimp and egg, crab cake Benedict, smoked salmon Benedict.
That's got kind of a New Orleans flavor to it.
Yeah, it says Southern style. Chicken and waffles, cinnamon roll, French toast. You can get your handcrafted cocktail. That sounds breakfasty.
Yeah. A couple of those and you don't need the eggs.
Yeah. It don't matter. Bourbon Street house cakes, buttermilk. Oh, these are pancakes, French toast, waffles, 3-cheese veggie omelet, sunrise spinach scrambler, Baquazo omelet, whatever that is, lobster brie and omelet, lobster brie and brie omelet.
That sounds, that's definitely New Orleans.
Monterey Power omelet, shrimp beanie skinny omelet. Oh, they got granola fruit and Kona, whatever that is. Bacon Lovers BLT, Sonoma Club sandwich. Here's your cocktail menu. Brunch blueberry margarita. See, that's a brunch drink. See, I learned stuff. This place is sounding better all the time.
But you said they're pretty expensive.
There's no prices on the menu, and if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Supreme omelet is $12.29. The Scrambler is $11.69. Let's see.
Where did you see prices at? I didn't see prices.
I went to another brokenegg.com, and they have they actually have an option. You can go to specific sites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the piccata Benedict is $13.49. Cookie dough waffle is $12.99. Okay, 2 is considered $20. Okay, in general, probably more. Shrimp and grits is $14.69. Eggs Benedict $13.29. This is grilled breakfast ham on English muffin, poached eggs, hollandaise, green onions, $13.29. The huevos rancheros is $11.59.
Yeah, that's a little stiff.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Take your billfold when you go, and take an extra kid just in case. That's not terrible, but it's it's not a Waffle House. Okay.
Yeah. We're
I don't
down
know.
to
Me and Patty.
This
under
was
2 minutes, by the way.
Yeah. We'll spend $25 at Waffle House between me and Patty. Pretty easy.
Dang. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can easy.
Yeah. Waffle House is not cheap.
Waffle House isn't as cheap as it used to be, and if they got to start paying $15 to $20 an hour to have employees, it ain't going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
The Bloody Bulldog is only $9.99. Abe Famous Infused Mary is $8.99.
What was that?
Infused Mary. Abe Famous Infused Mary. That's spiky pepper infused vodka with their house recipe Bloody Mary mix. This place, you might forget all about how expensive it is there.
Yeah.
Get a cup of those. You can get
that's what they're counting on, right?
Yeah, you have a couple of those, you're pretty well anesthetized.
You can get a grand mimosa. That's by the pitcher, and you would forget all about it. That's only $34, and you would give damn. Don't matter.
We are down to 19 seconds.
Yep.
So I will see everybody next week, hopefully.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Right, bye.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.